Yo, what is going on, you guys? Bashtian here, and today I'm coming at you with a really bit of a more budget deck profile, which I haven't really done this in a while. I feel like I've been kind of steering away from the more budget deck profiles, but it was more or less the bread and butter of the channel way back in the day. So I want to go ahead and bring it back for you guys with the Floowandereeze deck. So Floowandereeze has really come to its own officially now that we are in a graveyard reliant tier 0 format. Officially tier 0. I know I posted a video I think 2 weeks ago saying, oh, this might not really be tier 0. Yeah, I was wrong. Okay, it's fine. It happens. It is what it is. People are wrong. I say crazy things. I say dry transfer bad. It is what it is. Anyway, so moving on, guys. I want to go ahead and show you guys my budget Floowandereeze deck profile for you. So the biggest issue with Floowandereeze right now, besides, I mean, of course, it's a great deck so far. It's doing real good. It's topping YCSs. The Eagles are great. Not relevant, but you know, it is what it is. The thing with Floowandereeze right now is that because Advent to Adventure only has one printing, that card has skyrocketed in price quite a bit. I remember when it was like a $10 card and I said that's too much, I don't want to pay for it. Then it rose to a $20 card, which is more or less, you can still find them on TCG to play for 20 bucks, but I've seen listings for $30 to $40 for Advent to Adventure, and I think that's just absolutely ridiculous. So to make it a more budget friendly deck, we're pretty much just going back to reverting before Battle of Chaos, before the card actually came out, which still is a really good deck. It just takes a little bit of hit in consistency, but besides that, it does still work very, very well. If you, of course, don't break, which, you know, that's unfortunately the case with Floowandereeze. Yes, it's of course a very, very powerful deck. Be able to main deck D-Shifter, being able to be an immediate counter to a deck like Tier Ishizu is really, really good. But it does come with its downsides and downfalls, so that is something you may want to take into consideration before you pick this up. Now, a good thing to pick this up is if you are potentially like a new player. This whole deck, I picked this up for 50 bucks on TCG Player. We don't worry about the extra decks. The extra deck right now that I'm playing with this is just the one I have for Sprite. So it's completely irrelevant. You can just put 15 random cards in here as long as they're extra deck monsters, so you're not cheating anyone, because we're not really going to be playing with the Zeus package, because Zeus is like 15-16 bucks still. That would just put us over the $50 budget price range, and I want to go 50 bucks because it feels like that's more or less it feels like a good range to start. The term budget does tend to fluctuate every now and then when it comes to what it really is budget. I heard a lot of people say budget means 60 to 70 bucks just because that's how much a AAA full PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 game costs. So if you want to go that route, go ahead and slap in the Zeus package in here with another 13 cards that don't matter, and you go good to go from there. So without further ado, guys, leave a like if you guys do enjoy these more budget deck profiles, or if you're a budget player out there like myself, go ahead and let me know in the comment section down below. We budget players guys stick together and represent. We're the ones who find more creative ways to go ahead and do just what the competitive guys can do, but just a little bit less effectively. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and get right into the video. Alright, guys, so we're going to start off with the monsters. Of course, we're not really going to get too crazy with it. It's going to play 3 Robina, 3 Eaglin, 1 Toucan, and 1 Stree. Really not going to get too crazy with the whole Floowandereeze lineup. It really is what it is. From here, of course, you want to make sure you see Robina as soon as possible for any type of play you're going to be doing. But overall, it is pretty standard what you're going to be doing. Normal summon Robina to search. This searches you Eaglin, gets you an additional normal summon. You normal summon Eaglin. Eaglin searches you Empen. You tribute summon these to summon Empen. Chain. These get added back to your hand. Empen adds. It is what it is. So overall, really easy to comprehend. Nothing too crazy there. That's going to be pretty much your combo each and every single time you play. Next, play 2 copies of Empen, 1 Apex Avion, 1 Rise of the Mega Monarch, and 1 Berry Statue of the Stormwinds. So this was the money card with Floowandereeze way back in the day before its reprint. I think it rose up to 50-60 bucks. I think 70 bucks at one point. So for the secret version, but it has been reprinted, and I believe yeah, Ghost from the Past. So I think you can find them for like $1, $2. So how prices have dropped for this is actually super crazy. And then Apex Avion Storm, which you can get for like 10 cents. Empen, I think is the only money card. I think you can get it for like $3-4 bucks. Nothing wild at all. Actually, I think I got a reprint as well. So you don't have to play a secret rare, although it looks beautiful. I actually love the artwork on this card. But you don't have to play the secret rare, guys. I mean, all the monsters you can go ahead and pick up for like less than 10 bucks. Really, really crazy what you can do. And of course, with the reprints in the Crystal Beast structure deck, you actually get 3 D shifters with that as well. But if you want to go ahead and just pick up the D shifters separately, I think you can get them for like $1.50. Even the ultra rares from the megatins, from the mega packs, they are like $2 or $3 max. So if you want to go ahead and rarity upgrade them, I would go ahead and do it. Pay the extra $1 to go from a I think it's like a common to an ultra rare. I don't see why not. So that's going to be it for the monsters, guys. So we're not trying to reinvent the wheel, get too crazy, but this really is the most effective Floowandereeze lineup. Even the most competitive builds, you're really not going to see much deviation from that either. So with that being said, monsters are done. Let's get right into the spells. Alright guys, for the spells, we play 3 Floowandereeze map, a magnificent map I should say. 1 Floowandereeze in the Unexplored Winds. Double Mystic Mine. So I was really considering whether I wanted to play Necro Valley or Mystic Mine, because I thought Necro Valley couldn't be that expensive. Necro Valley is like a $9 card, and I had no idea whatsoever, because I was looking through my book. I said, "Oh, this is weird. I can't find my Necro Valley." So I had one, and started looking at the price. Oh, okay, they're short printed. They haven't printed in a while. They are a $9 card right now for the least expensive copy. So let's go ahead and play Mystic Mines. I think it's like $1 more. You can find it for like $9-10 bucks. And you play just 2 of them, you're going to be perfectly fine. If you have the extra Mystic Mine on you, more power to you. But you really just want to go ahead and use this to solidify your win. I mean, it's a deck that can definitely play it. Or if you prefer Necro Valley, they're going to be the same price for you. Really what does Necro Valley does shut down the graveyard, but does shut down your opponent's effects. So it's really good going first, whereas Mystic Mine is fantastic going second and allowing you to break boards, which something that Floowandereeze does struggle with, is playing into boards, breaking boards, because one negation on your arena and you're kind of screwed, because you don't have the Adventive Adventure to go ahead and back you up either. So that is something you want to definitely take into consideration as well. As far as going second cards and going first cards as well. So if you do have it, probably put them in the side deck, or combine them as well. I know that the guy that got second place at YCS Dartmouth was playing both Mystic Mine and Necro Valley, so if you want to get spicy like him, that's definitely an option for you as well. Next, for the rest of the spells, we play 3 Extravagance and 3 Duality. Now, of course, just want to make sure that you are consistent as possible. Like I said, breaking is an issue with this deck, so you do want to go ahead and make sure that you take necessary precautions to prevent you from bricking, or at least to lower the risk of you bricking. Of course, Prosperity is still, I think, a $30 or $40 card right now with the reprint. So Extravagance, you get them for like $1.50. I think they're reprinted in a structure deck as well, so you don't have to break the bank to go ahead and get a really powerful card as well. Book of Moon. Book of Moon is still a fantastic card in this. This is replacing Adventive Adventure. You can also play Book of Eclipse as well to go ahead and counter what your opponent has. So that is another option. I had these ultra rare, so I want to go ahead and play them because they look really nice ultra rare. But that's just me. But you get, I mean, everyone should have Book of Moon's commons to go for like cents on the dollar. So nothing to break the bank, and still a really effective card to again let you dodge some forms of negation as well. Terraforming, self-explanatory. You want to make sure you see either your Mystic Mines or your Magnificent Map ASAP. Gives you more advantage. Dark Blue No More, printed in a structure deck, reprinted, so I think it's like $2-3 right now. Really effective card. D-Fissure is another card that I want to go ahead and put in here. So this is a card I'm not really seeing too much, but I honestly really like it. None of your Floowandereeze cards go to the graveyard. Essentially, they all get banished when they're sent. And even if some do get sent to the graveyard by your opponent's wild effects, it's fine. You have D-Fissure, so they get banished. And then when they're banished in your normal summon, they get added back to your hand. So it's just a win-win-win for you as well. Also, if you're going first against Ishizu Tier, you just slap this down, and you don't even have to activate D-Shifter. You just activate this, and you just win. Unless they have the heartbeat. Then it is what it is. But D-Fissure is just really good card, especially going first, definitely. So I definitely like this card in this deck. Next, Gold Sarcophagus and the Harpy's Feather Duster. Harpy's Feather Duster to play around any type of back row nonsense, and Gold Sarcophagus because whenever you normal summon, your Floowandereeze do activate when they're banished to get added back to your hand. So it's a way to add specific cards back to your hand. It's like you don't draw the Rabina. This will add as an additional copy of Rabina because you can just add it back. You can banish the Rabina, normal summon Eaglin, chain Rabina, and add it back to your hand that way as well. Add more consistency, and we're gonna skip all the animation stuff for the traps because it's just 2 of them, 1 Metaverse, and then 1 Dreaming Town. Dreaming Town is a phenomenal trap card. It's pretty much going to be the way you're going to be searching each and every single time off of the M-Pen, for the most part, I should say, unless you already have it, in which case you go ahead and search either the map or the Sunrise card. I forgot what's it called. I completely forgot its name. The Unexplored Winds. So it's really, you got 3 targets for you to go ahead and search because we don't have the Advent of Adventure. So this is definitely going to be a staple as well. And Metaverse is because if you're able to go ahead and go first and set up the Metaverse, that way in case your opponent happens to make a wild board, you just flip this on them, call Mystic Mine, or not call, activate Mystic Mine from your deck, and you're good to go from there. And that's actually going to be it for the deck profile, guys. As you can see, it's really not that different from competitive decks. It's really just following the exact same formula. The only thing is that we don't play Advent of Adventure, so because that would be like a $60 to $90 playset, which is insane. It's already double the price of all these other cards you're getting. And then we're playing a little bit differently with the spells, playing the Gold Sarcophagus, playing the D-Fissure, just because you're trying to get as much advantage as possible. Even a competitive build, I'll probably still be playing those cards just because I like consistency, and I like, first of all, I mean, I'm just a huge fan of D-Fissure. I think one of my first decks ever was like a Macrocosmo, D-Fissure, DD Warrior Lady, DD Survivor deck. So it holds a special place in my heart, so if it is competitive, I will play it. But anyway, that's going to be it for the deck profile, guys. Like I said, you are going to need an extra deck just because you are going to need something to banish off of Extravagance. But if you find any 15 random cards, you're good to go. And you can always upgrade on this as well. But this is really, really good starting point to go ahead and get you guys started. Like I said, perfect for beginners, not too complicated, but it's still really, really good deck, extremely effective. A lot of people at locals will struggle against you as well, and also really good to teach you chain links, things like that. So perfect beginner deck, perfect budget deck, really, really good, highly competitive deck. I honestly really like it a lot, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If there's any cards that I missed that would make this even a better budget deck, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, if you consider $50 or $70 or maybe $100 budget, let me know so I can go ahead and potentially add some things to it, or potentially do other budget deck profiles in the future. So with that being said, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.